Alright, I got the plugs pulled on it. I sprayed a little bit of PB Blaster down in there just to make sure if anything was a little bit stuck, it would loosen up. That's where the plug was. And as you can see, there's rust all over this thing. So we're gonna fix that all eventually. But right now, we're just wanting to try to get it to start up. So yeah, PB Blaster in there. And I let it sit for a little bit. Now I'm going to kick it over and see what happens. It's going to spit PB Blaster out of there, I hope. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I don't know if you can see it, but it's shooting it out of there like crazy. And everything sounds like really good compression, so we'll see. You can see it's kind of everywhere. But yeah, this motorcycle does not have an electronic start. It has electronic ignition, just not electronic start. So it's only a Kickstarter. To me, that's kind of cool. I like the old school. I'm liking how this is coming along more and more. I still don't know if I'm going to pull the carbs or not. I just moved the choke and it was a little bit stiff. So that tells me the other things inside of it might be stiff too. I think I might just put some gas in it and see what happens. And if it doesn't work, then I'll pull the carbs. But right now, heck, I might even try to kick this thing over tonight. Take the battery out of my other motorcycle over here. Throw it in that one, you know. I got this bike here. She's all running good now. So that's an old 1983 Honda CM450A automatic. Neat little bike. I like riding it. Changed the gearing on it a little bit. It's got a 16 tooth on the front, so gives a little more torque because it's an automatic. Anyway, back to the Triumph. We are working on it, and you can see got the filter out. Well, I mean, that's the oil filter. It's not necessarily a paper filter like we're used to, but that's how they used to do it, I guess. That's the oil filter. Why am I not focused? Come on. Okay. Anyway, and it goes on that little plate right there. And then for the, you can see the spitting on the floor there. That's from where I removed the lower sump bolt, which is right there. So if you just go straight underneath the kickstand and straight back, and that should be the lower sump. There's also a screen on that one. Where the hell did I lay it? Oh, here it is. Yeah, that's the screen on that one. So luckily that, I was expecting a copper washer on there, but it's got a rubber O-ring, which I inspected, and it looks really good. Don't see any problems with it whatsoever. So we're just going to pop that back in and hope it doesn't leak. If it does, we'll just get a new O-ring. No worries. Now, for this part, where this filter sits right up on there, kind of like this. And it's got a gasket between this and that plate and the engine itself. Right now I am not replacing the gaskets. If it leaks oil, it leaks oil. I'm not really too worried about it. This first batch of oil that I'm running through it is just to get everything cleaned out, because I'm going to be probably doing about 50% mystery oil, 50% regular oil, something like that, and not let it run a whole lot with that mixture in it. It's just to kind of, you know, loosen things up and get things moving again. Like I said, this thing, I think the last time it was registered was 1983, so I just want to make sure it's, you know, I want to make sure everything's working first. It's a dry sump, so I want to make sure that it's pumping oil back up into the tank, which the tank on this, of course, is in the frame, right there. That's your oil cap. So yeah, that's where we're at. I'm looking really hopeful right now. Looking good. I may try to even start it tonight. We'll see. If I do, I'll definitely make a recording of it. So there we are. I'll tell you the other thing. I still haven't figured out where to put the oil back in. I don't know if I put it back in up at the top, or if I put it in the screw here, or what. I know the main issue I'm going to have is I don't want air in there anywhere. So I'm going to have to prime the system somehow, I'm assuming. I think that's how it used to work on these old bikes. I don't remember. It's been a while. But yeah, that's about where we're at. And we'll get this buttoned up, and I'll go do a good old YouTube search and figure out how to prime the system on this, if that's what it takes. Maybe I don't need to do anything, but we'll find out. Anyway, there we are.